Hey everybody, this is KB Jackson. Today we're going to take a look at the A118C dash cam. I just got this probably about a week ago. I had to replace my last dash cam, the Mini A118, and so I opted for this one. Amazon refunded me my money because the vendor that I worked with before didn't want to maintain their warranty, which it was under a year old, and so that was through ePrance. So I don't know what their deal was, but they didn't want to own up to their warranty. They just kept trying to get me to replace it with a cheaper unit, and that wasn't happening. So I went to Amazon and they replaced my model all 100%. So I picked a new one. And after some recommendations from some other YouTubers that I watched, I chose the A118C dash cam. It's a 3 megapixel camera. It's got a 1.5 inch LCD. It has a 170 degree viewing range, shoots in full 1080p. It shoots in the H.2.64 format, which is basically MP4. It's like the 10th edition, which is the most common. It comes with a GPS hookup, and it's been pretty great so far. It can hook to your TV, has wide angle, can shoot up to a 12 megapixel picture, I believe is what they said, even though it says it's only got a 3 megapixel camera. So in the box, you got the camera, you got a GPS option, you got a GPS device if you need to use it. It hooks into a 3.5 millimeter jack. You have a USB mini type B cable, which is previous to the current micro USB cables that are coming out with everything. You have a cigarette lighter that is about 3 meters long, so it's about 9 to 10 feet, roughly, give or take. You got the instruction manual, and they give you some clips also for cable management in case you don't run it up through your ceiling, the top of your car or something like that. They give you different ways that you can manage your cable so there's not just cables hanging everywhere. This camera can take up to a 32 gig micro SD card. Now it says it can take a 32 gig TF card, and what that means is trans flash. That's the previous naming convention that they used for the SD card. You can see on the side of this camera, there's not a whole lot to it, which is great. They make it very simple. One side has a reset button. Both sides have a toggle so that you can actually adjust the angle of the lens. So once you mount it on your windscreen or on your windshield, you can actually adjust the angle of viewing for the camera. So, if it's pointing too high and getting too much sunlight and being blinded out, then you can adjust it down a little bit. You can see there it's got the standard mini USB 2B cable adapter. One thing that I really like about this camera is that when you get it mounted up, it's not permanently affixed to your window. It does, stick there obviously with some 3M tape, but the piece that's actually stuck to the window is more of a hold, just a small gadget that clips onto the back, that slides onto the back. And so you can remove the camera actually pretty easily. One thing they give you is kind of a tail for this thing, it almost looks like, but really it's just to hide wires. And it comes with a piece of 3M tape, but I'm not going to use that because I don't need it for, my truck. My rear view mirror already hides wires. So we're going to power it on. I just took the included mini USB cable and plug it in. Once you get it plugged in, you'll find, all your basic settings. You have your language settings, which is English, Korean, Chinese, Russian, different things like that. You have your looping settings, so you can change it from like 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. You have GPS enabling. You have the ability to change the resolution. You have the ability to have it lock video in case there's an accident, so it'll recognize a jolt of a certain sensitivity. And which is pretty cool in case you do get in an accident, which is exactly why I have one of these.